What's up, bro? First of all, sorry for my English because, you know, I'm a Spanish guy. Here is the actual balance, okay? It's not a screenshot, it's the casino. And here you can see, wait, oh shit, the starting balance was this. So yeah, 4K, bro. I'm always betting 200 the unit, and if I lose one hand, I bet the double. But if I lose again, I reset the shoe and play again 200. That's why in my in the website.
All right, guys, that was one of my users who is the biggest winner, at least in the shortest period of time. He literally made over $20,000. He may be up or down. Now, we're about to go and look at the stats now, but as you can see here, there's a total earnings for the users of, we only have, well, listed is 14, but about half of these users are quote unquote transfer. And then another half of that are not really that consistent. But this bulk of this came from one guy. And in this video, we're going to look at what he's doing and talk about some of his good points and some of the things that he actually can improve on. With that said, he's not the only one that's having success, obviously, but he is the big winner. And we are going to look at his stats. Let's see exactly what he is doing. Oh, by the way, guys, I was interviewed by Shadow Max. Excuse me, Shadow Max. I was interviewed by, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I was interviewed by Wix, man. And Shri, I think this is it. So check this. I don't know if I showed, matter of fact, I know I haven't I haven't been online in a minute. So I had an interview with Wix, Base 44, and they had really been paying attention to the website, and they said they were meeting a few of their top creators to hear their stories, and one of mine was it. And they were really, really impressed with what we were doing. It was like 3 guys who I'd interviewed with. They were very, very impressed, and obviously they had asked for my feedback. But just to let you guys know, man, you know, we out here doing something, man. Whatever people saying, I mean, I don't know what people are saying, but dude, we're making things pop. All right, so let's look here at the stats. Let's look at the stats and see what he's doing, and I'm gonna give you some insight. All right, so the first thing you can see here, well, this says performance trend. You can see kind of like his curves of his ups and his downs. One of the things that, oh, by the way, before you even get there, he's at 23,600. He started with, this says his bankroll started with 1180. It grew to a high of 24.8. Now this could be more or less. I don't actually have his screenshots, but he did send me the $4,000, and of course I got the analytics. Okay, and we're gonna go through that in a second. But you can see total earnings 23,000, and his start date was not too long ago. But let's look at his. These are now. This is the thing about it. The system can give me a lot more data, but the more data is collecting, the longer it takes for it to load. That's one of the bug issues that I have with it. But we're going to go over his games and what he's doing. Now, remember, he's playing, for at least what I know, the basic system, the basic standard system. But look at what and how he's going about it. Now, this is a recent, recent data, all right? Most recent data. All right, now let's just look here, and I'm gonna point out a couple things to you guys, and you'll see, number one, how he's having success over time. Well, one, you see this dip right from here to here. See, guys, this is where most of you guys get frightened, because you guys don't expect that. You guys only expect this from here to here. It's the dumbest ish I've heard in all things money, but only the mind of a gambler gets frustrated when this happens. I don't even understand why, because most gamblers experience downturns most of the time when they're gambling from a mindset of gambling. But you can see here he has a dip. But one thing about dips are knowing what their low points are and killing them in this point. So, and I can tell you, this is how he's been making the money. It's gotta be. But let's just look at his numbers. All right, so let's just go to this. Only gives me the last 100 games or so. All right, so this was November 4th, and 20 games were, well, more than 100 games. So at least 100. So here was 20 games that were played here. This is the session, okay? You can see he had a +1, but he finished at -2. Next session, he had a high of 1, finished at -8. Next session, high of 3, finished at +1. Next session, +1, finished at -10. Now, if we were just looking at this right here alone, his data alone, this part right here, what I could surmise at this point is that he should be focused more on making singular units versus going for more so far. Okay, because this is all in, look at the time frame from 5, this is in 1 hour. Okay, so he could 1, 2, 3, 4 units could have been earned within that hour versus being a -10, 18, minus, I don't know, maybe -17, -18 units. Okay, now let's continue going on. Here he has a -9. He hits a -9 at game 5, so he's another -9. But here's the thing. One of the things that I noticed is that he ain't quitting. So part of the journey when you're playing with, when you're using a software, there's 2 ways to approach it. Systematically, or what I call standard, meaning you are free to make as many units as you want, so as long as you're disciplined and understand the ups and the downs. The fact that he's going on and on like this, and he's accepting the losses without stopping, is because of what you're about to see here now. You see this 13 units? He ended up making 7 of that. Okay, that's good, but why didn't he stop maybe at 10? He gets another 6 units high, only stops at 1. He gets a 14 unit here, stops at 14. So if I'm looking here at this stack of games, the question is, when he's going above 10, how often is he stopping? Here's 14, he stopped at 14, 13, stopped at 7. He has a 10 here, stopped at 10, has a 13 here, stopped at 1. So he had 10, 10, 10. Had he just stopped at 10, he would have made more money. But the point here is that he's definitely going for it. All right. Now let's look at these games. Had a +8 here, stopped at -10. This is the same guy. This is his numbers. This is numbers. So you're probably thinking, with that, even if he cleaned it up, his numbers will be even better. But I can tell you, in the upswings, he's got to be increasing his cash flow. But now again, this is just only 2 days. He's been doing this for some time. Okay, he was a trial member, and he's been doing it for like 2 weeks, I think now. This is only the last 2 days that it could show me. I could pull more data, but it's only showing me these last 2 days. But it's very much a composite sketch of how his performance is, because he'll have strings of runs where he's making 10, but areas like this where you can clearly see 0 units, -8. Okay, he couldn't help that. +6, +2, that's decent. +6, +3, that's decent. +2, start at 1. That's decent as well. So he had a couple areas here where he could have cleaned up, but this is just maybe 1.5 days of play. So you got to understand that even though he had some downside, he continued to go. That's the reason why he's scaling back up. Now he's not back up to where he was, but you can see here he's hit. Look at this. You see his low point, -34. You hear -32. When you understand the tide and you see how it's moving up, it's just like the stock market. But you can't be a gambler. Okay, let's go down here and look here. $17 units, 22 units, 17 units. So you could see here these days he's coming out with his units. -4, -34, -12, +30, -32. So it's almost like a give back +4. All right, so that was a wash. And 34 and 4. So overall, he's definitely up. And if he's scaling in these areas, now the only thing that I would say about his game is that just clean up these areas. Like if you're above 10, take the 10. If you hit 10, take 10. Because typically when he's going anything above it, he's typically either not leaving that or he's leaving with less. All right, not too many times. Here's a 14 and 14. That's good. But I would suggest just stay. If you hit 10, take your break at 10. Let me see here. Everything else looks like it was unavoidable, but I can tell you, let's look at these stats. This is from October 28th, 24 games. Oh, he was on the freestyle. So again, it doesn't show me all that, but look at this. Win, 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 lose, win, 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 loss, win, win. 2 losses, win, 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 loss, win, win, win. Oh, by the way, guys, the areas, like if you go in your stats and you look at your win ratios in terms of consistency, you see how he had 2 losses here, win after that. All right, loss, win. What he was doing, I think, well, at least that's what he told me, he was waiting for best setups. That's the reason why he was waiting for 24 games and then he only played 1 game. At this point, he was figuring something out. But even look at the numbers: win, 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 loss, win. You know, but those are full games. So overall, this user, and he's already said that he's gonna do an interview with me, so we should be doing an interview with this guy soon. But I just wanted to show you guys that, listen, man, if you actually take the time, take it serious. He's actually a trader, by the way, and you get a chance to kind of hear his background, trading background. Now, I personally wouldn't play this way. But there is more than one way to do it. All right. Now, I do have some other stuff that I'm about to deliver to users. The only thing I won't be able to do is show it online. Okay. At least I won't be able to teach it online. So if you're a current user, hit me up and let me know what's a good day for you to learn some new stuff. I just can't show it to you online. All right. With that said, guys, and this new stuff will put you right where this guy is. Okay. It's not exactly what he's doing, but kinda. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for listening. permutationspro@gmail.com. But this is shadowmaxtrading.com. Unfortunately, we do not have any more free demos. I may do a free demonstration maybe for the holidays, but maybe like a 3-day free demo trial if you want. We probably do something like that. Other than that, guys, thank y'all so much for staying tuned. Stay locked and loaded a whole lot, and patient if you're a user. This is business. This is long term. All right. We're not here for the day. We're here for the year. All right. This is potentially our maybe only saving grace. So stay locked, stay tuned. I got more coming for our users and even more for the channel. Until the next time, guys, take care.